Welcome to, what did we decide to call this?
I don't even know. I guess we're gonna have to figure out a name.
I like the Bark,
The
the
Bark?
bark. The bark.
The Bark?
the
Okay.
official JCHS podcast.
Bark.
The Bark.
The
Sounds
Bark.
a little weird,
All right.
Well, I mean, we're talking dogs
Yeah.
bark. That's what they
Dogs
do.
Bark, yeah.
Woof woof. All right.
So welcome to the first episode of The Bark. Our normal host, me, Kenan Polk, with also Cameron Page and Colby Bunce. And our special guest, our special coach guest, would be Coach Adam Gilhouse.
Yay.
He is the head wrestling coach here at Jones County. He also does the AV Tech pathway here as well. So why don't you tell us a little bit about that little wrestling, like, how'd you get here?
Well, this is my fourth year at Jones County High School. I started out as a football coach and assistant wrestling coach. A couple years ago, Coach Crook decided it was time for him to retire from coaching and spend more time with his family, and so I've taken over the wrestling program, and we've rolled with it since.
It's great. Colby, you said you had some questions set up here for him, so.
Well, yeah, not really questions. So we hosted state duels last weekend.
2 weeks ago,
A
a week and a half ago.
A week and a half ago. And we didn't make it, and we hosted it at our gym, but we never actually were there to participate in state.
That is right. So this year, the way that the dual season goes for wrestling, the top 4 teams out of each region qualify for the duals prelim, which is a 4-team pod that you're put in, and you have to win that in order to qualify for the state tournament, the final state tournament. And so we finished second in the region, ended up getting placed with Jefferson, who was the state champion, eventual state champion, and wrestled a tough duel against them, finished 47-30, but did not qualify as one of the final 8.
So how did you manage hosting? How did that come about?
That's a great question, Kenan. It's about a year ago. I was contacted by the GHSA, and they were looking for hosts, and knew we had the space and could make it happen, and asked if we would do it. And I agreed, and ended up being a difficult situation because we sent our guys over to Alabama to wrestle for a couple of days over there, so they weren't here. Ended up winning the tournament. We wrestled over there in Alabama. It was a big individual tournament, and so it was a busy week leading up to it and weekend as well.
Sweet.
All right.
Nice. So this Kai Anderson, he's a senior, correct?
Yes, Kai's one of our 2 seniors.
He just committed to Truett McConnell.
He did. That was really good. We're excited for him. He and I have talked a lot about that, and I think the coach there is a really good guy, and it'll be a really good fit for Kai, both academically and athletically, and as well as some things that outside of wrestling that he's really excited about being able to participate in up at Truett McConnell.
That's pretty cool. Do you think the James Rackley, the other senior, is gonna wrestle at freaking college?
I don't know that James has the desire to. I think he's got a couple of weeks left of his wrestling career, and I think he's really want to focus heavy on academics when he finishes, and he's choosing a school based on what they offer academically. And there's not many wrestling programs here in the state of Georgia at the collegiate level, and so he wants to go to a bigger school that doesn't offer wrestling. I think he'll stay involved with the sport somehow, whether it be helping out with the club team around, a wrestling club, or even officiating. I think he'll stay involved in the sport, but no, I don't believe he'll wrestle collegiately.
Yeah. Individuals is coming up. Is starting to work up, which is really big for wrestlers, and we have a home individual tournament this Saturday at our high school.
Yeah, we're hosting the region tournament this weekend here at the high school, region individuals. So we'll have all the teams from the region here wrestling, and the top 4 will make it out of the region individual tournament and go to sectionals, which we're lucky is at Locust Grove, so we don't have to travel that weekend either. And then the state tournament the next week is in Macon, so everything's close to home, which really is a big advantage for us.
What time's that start?
This weekend? We'll start wrestling at 9 a.m. this weekend and wrestle till probably about 3:30 or so.
So is this like your last thing? It's like your last big thing for wrestling?
Yeah, so we have three weekends left. We go region sectionals and then state, and so the top 4 out of region qualify for sectionals, which there's 2 sectionals in the state, and then the top 6 out of each section will qualify for the state tournament, which will be in Macon in 3 weeks.
So, you try to build up a good middle school team, right? Didn't they just win state?
Yeah, that's something we're really excited about. Well, they won the region. They're back-to-back region champions. We participate in a couple different leagues, but the league that is serious about wrestling is the Lake Country Middle School Wrestling League, and we're back-to-back region champions in that.
Yeah, our middle school team is very good, actually. The middle school team is
Does that give you hope? Does it give you hope with them coming up through the high school program that the wrestling team is going to be something that is very common in Jones County more than it is now?
Yeah, that's the goal. We talk about building a program, not just a team, and not just for one season. And so we've our eighth graders that are not participating in spring sports are up in our room right now practicing with the high school, getting kind of a head start on their high school season. Our middle school team's really good. We got some really good guys that are wrestling there that are getting better, and we'll miss James and Kai next year. But we're excited about what's coming in and what's to come for the future of our program.
Yeah. What do you say to people who are thinking about getting into wrestling? They might want to try out next year. Who knows?
I think the biggest thing is to come watch. Come watch this weekend would be a great opportunity to come watch some really good wrestling at the region tournament. It's a lot of fun. Last weekend or 2 weeks ago when we hosted the state duels, obviously we wanted to be here, but there were some great matches that went on there, and a really exciting time for wrestling. The sport is growing in the state of Georgia, and so it's just, I think the biggest thing is come watch and see the excitement that surrounds.
Yeah, I think
wrestling.
100%. A lot of people who want to wrestle and they come to practice without ever watching a single wrestle match in their life or doing any research on it. They come to practice and they do the work and they finish practice and don't show up the next practice. It's just like they come, they think it's a whole different thing than what it is, and like, oh, okay, this is not at all what I expected. I don't just get to slam people in their head and don't ever come back.
So this ushers in my next question. Who would win in a fight, me or an eighth grade wrestler?
It depends what the eighth grade wrestler is. Like if you
Your
wrestled,
best one.
if you wrestled Hunter Hardwick,
100% the eighth grade wrestler.
yeah,
Hunter Hardwick.
Hunter Hardwick would be
yes, without a doubt.
100%.
In a fight.
In a
In a
fight.
fight. Hunter Hardwick.
I mean, you
would-
got to think about it, Kenny. Where does every street fight end up? It ends up on the ground, and
Yeah.
See, I don't know.
that's true.
I don't know. I feel
Hunter's.
I think he puts you on the ground before you know what's going
Yeah.
on.
Hunter Hardwick's definitely is going to be one of the best wrestlers to come in the freshman season. I think Hunter Hardwick is going to have a very good and strong freshman year next year.
Yeah, but y'all think you could beat me up now?
No, 100%.
Yes.
100%.
Now?
100%.
Yes.
No.
Tomorrow, today.
Get him up here. Somebody get him up here.
Yeah, come to the wrestling room today, Kenny.
This is a challenge to Hunter Hardwick.
It's a challenge.
Meet me.
I think we've gone off the rails here.
Hey,
Yeah,
I'm
that's-
just out here having fun.
Did you push record there, Kenny?
Yeah, it's been recorded.
Okay, we're
I
recording.
almost had to wrestle him at the Locust Grove tournament.
Okay, that would have been embarrassing.
That would have been very embarrassing.
That'd have been embarrassing.
I placed fourth in that thing, and I
Where did-
lost to a guy from Veterans.
Where did Hunter finish?
He finished second.
Aye.
Yeah, he finished
Hey.
second. I didn't have the resume.
All
yeah.
right.
Yeah, I beat the kid he beat to get to second, which is pretty cool. But the kid who I lost to get up, if I would have beat the kid Hunter lost to, then I would 100% would have had to wrestle Hunter for first and second.
That's
And I
how
would
that
have
works.
lost
That's
that.
how brackets work.
And that's exactly how bracket worked, and I would have lost.
That's great, Colby. Man, I just.
All right.
All right. Well, yeah. This has been the first episode of The Bark. Appreciate Adam Gilhouse coming out. And
Thanks for
talking
having
with
me,
us.
guys. I'm excited.
Yeah, and be on the lookout for more episodes. Hopefully, more exciting. Yeah, appreciate it. All right, cool.